Alright, going for broke here. Uh, and we should be live. It says starting.
Yay, I got the
Starting.
notification.
Alright, cool. So we are live, guys. Welcome to Recycle Bin number. This one's probably not going to count because I completely forgot that it was Thursday, and so I have nothing
Me
prepared.
too.
So yeah, it's been interesting. We're about 15 minutes late because we were scrambling to try and get something put together at the absolute last second. So there's that. Just trying to make sure everything's actually running well before we jump right into it. And I think we're pretty good. So we realized also that we never came up with a PC Part Picker challenge for this week whenever we were doing the show last week. So those of you who aren't familiar, PC Part Picker challenge was something. Oh no, I'm dropping a ton of frames.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, this is not going well. Alright guys, hold on, I'm going to try and change it down to 720p, my new internet service at my new house, because I am in a Comcast only service area. Well, Verizon's here too, but it's only DSL. So I don't have my Fios service anymore. I only have Comcast, and their upload is absolutely terrible. So yeah, okay, I'm gonna have to actually stop to change the resolution, which I think I'm gonna have to do because I've already dropped 20% of the frames. So yeah, hold on guys, we'll be right back.
Do.
Alright, says we are live, stream resumed. So guys, we should be back now. Hopefully we're dropping less frames. I see the percentage dropped going down. So yeah. Oh, this is terrible. Terrible. Okay. Hopefully things don't just explode now. Yeah, okay, we're dropping more frames again. My upload is going to... Yeah, it dropped like below 1,000 kilobits per second. This is pretty awful.
I was gonna say, does not look any better.
Yeah, I think it's because I was uploading the picture for the one topic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I did it on the stream. So yeah, I definitely probably should have thought better of that. But, okay. So it looks like it already uploaded, so that should be done now. Maybe it'll recover now. Yeah, so I'm coming back up to about 3,000-ish. It's bouncing all over the place. Yeah, it may be time to just call it. I'm not sure this is going to recover. I'm not sure about the playback. The playback I'm seeing right now doesn't look too bad, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and truck on with it for now.
Right.
I mean, my bit rate, it's bouncing all over the place. It's telling me that I've dropped like 50% of the frames, but I don't feel like what I'm seeing on the playback is telling me that.
Yeah, I'm watching you via the playback, and it does not
Is it?
look all there.
Oh yeah, okay, now it is. Okay, yeah, I see what's going on. Yeah,
Yeah.
and the video output's okay. Alright, well, OBS went green again, and now it's going back to red, so I think we're just... Yeah, it's just bouncing all over the place. It keeps popping into the green for a few seconds, then going back to red for a few seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Okay, I think it may be back now. I'm not gonna breathe too hard. OBS has been in the green for a minute. Hopefully it'll pick up on the YouTube side shortly. Well, not that anybody's gonna be watching now after that horrifying debacle. But yeah, so Recycle Bin, I think this would have been number 23. I guess we'll call this technically number 23.
We'll call it 23. We learn from
Um,
mistakes, so it's okay.
yeah, yeah. So, like I mentioned before, we both completely forgot that today was the stream. We don't have anything prepared. We kind of grabbed a couple of quick topics and a bit of a scramble real quick. The first thing I want to do is go ahead and look at the GIF versus GIF debate we had last week. So, I think we both agreed on GIF last time. Or no, I had GIF and I think you chose potato.
I chose potato.
Yes. So the options
Okay.
were pronounced with the G, pronounced with the J, so GIF versus GIF, don't know, don't care, and potato. And if we look at the results, we will see it's a 50-50 tie between G and potato.
Wow, potato. Who knew?
So from now on, they're animated potatoes, because potato gets the preferred there. Yeah, I'm dropping frames like crazy again.
Yeah, you are.
It's still giving me a green in the dashboard, which is interesting. Before it was dropping red every time it would do that. I guess now YouTube's just giving up on me. Alright, so real quick, we're just going to burn through these topics so before my internet completely craps out on me. By the way, you want to know the sad thing? I have a MiFi from work that I don't feel comfortable using for this, for personal use for this, but my MiFi actually has better upload than my home network.
Oh.
I get about 6 up on my Comcast service,
Yeah.
and my MiFi gets close to 15 up. So yeah, there's that.
Wow.
Comcast, you suck and I hate you. Anyway, so this article's from The Verge by Andrew Webster. It's all over the internet. Everybody's talking about this. So Fortnite came out with a standalone Battle Royale version of its game that it put out for free on PC and consoles, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Early access has been released. Yeah.
Okay, so it's a free early access with a paid full release eventually, I guess?
No, it's going to be a free release, but it's going to be like microtransaction.
Got you. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Oh no, you know what I just realized? I don't think there's any audio for you on the stream.
There's no audio for me.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Alright.
Alright, try and talk again?
Try talking again.
Perfect. That should be good. Unless you were on desktop audio before. Oh, whatever. You should have audio now. Okay. Anyways. So, PUBG, came out, what's his name? Brendan Green, I think. Came out, or I guess Bluehole, which is actually the development company, came out, kind of having issues with Fortnite, and there's been talks of them possibly wanting to pursue legal action against Fortnite for
using their name, basically. No, well,
yeah.
So yes and no. I have to remember my cat over here now, not that this. So yes and no. Basically, there is some sort of, I don't know why, but in a way, there's communication that's come across as, hey, we came out with this game. It's basically PUBG, but our game.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That really rubbed PUBG wrong, of course, especially since they're both using the same engine.
Right. Well, I thought I remembered seeing something. It wasn't this article I just pulled up before the stream. I saw a blurb about it when I was looking through my Twitter feed a couple days ago. And I thought I saw something about Epic Games had like worked with Bluehole on some parts of PUBG's development. So that's kind of part of where the hard feelings are coming from, is that they kind of maybe have some inside information on what PUBG did in development of their game, and then I think maybe Bluehole is afraid that they took some of that inside knowledge and used it to create a competing product.
That could be.
Sorry, go ahead.
And the way that I've So I've heard many different ways that happened. I've read many different articles about, it being said X, but it's also said Y, and X and Y
Right.
don't go together. Um, but one of the things I have read slash heard is that they stated, "Oh yeah, we've been listening to our community and our players and what they want, and what they've said they want is a game like H1Z1 and PUBG."
Right.
So they've released this game mode off, the player's desire, not so much
Right.
off of we want money desire.
Right.
So however true that is, hard to say.
Right. So, I mean, it's obviously going to be a developing story for a little while. I don't think anything's been officially stated from Bluehole that they're going to do any legal action, or if they'll do, take any actual action at all. But they definitely have spoken. They've definitely spoken to some people, and talked about, their feelings on this. But again, I haven't found anything that I've seen where I saw any specific mentions of them taking any action. But it is possible they could, maybe try and seek out legal action. But I think for them to do that, I think they kind of know this too, that they would have to find some sort of grounds for that, right? Some sort of proof or evidence that they took inside
Right.
information to create a competing project or product. And even with that, they may not have any grounds if they didn't have any sort of contract that specifically, like, forbid them from doing something like that. So, not sure if they would even have any standing to do something of that nature.
Right. So all I know is that they are taking some form of legal action as it is. To what that legal action is, I'm not 100% sure, because again, it's been said many different ways over on how they're taking it to court and why they're taking it to court. So at this time, it really could be anything. The only thing that does seem to be common amongst everywhere that I've seen this is that they are taking legal action.
Oh, okay.
Yep, that's all I know.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
again, there's too many contradicting stories out there.
Right. Yeah, so like I said, only time will tell. We'll just have to kind of wait and see what happens with this. But, uh, I mean, Battle Royale games are not new. Especially,
No.
I don't think even on the Unreal Engine are new. Unreal Engine's been around forever. So, I don't know. Anyways, moving on from that. So, our next article is going to be from PC Gamer. Paul Lilly wrote this. And so Jin Sun, NVIDIA CEO, says Moore's Law is dead and GPUs will replace CPUs. So I thought this was pretty interesting because this is something that just kind of, coffee talk, I guess, water cooler talk,
Coffee
fellow
talk.
guys, yeah, fellow
I see what
guys
you're
in
brewing.
IT. Um, it's kind of that kind of thing where guys, I work in IT, a bunch of people I know work in IT, and just kind of sitting around, hanging out, chit chatting. And this is one of the topics that came up, probably a year or two ago, of just talking about, we're getting to a point to where once software developers kind of get on the ball and start realizing that coding their applications to use multiple threads and as many threads as possible is going to be kind of the future. Then we're going to really see CPUs kind of become obsolete, and GPUs where you've got, say, an NVIDIA GPU with thousands of CUDA cores, and then you've got that clocked at nearly 2 gigahertz versus even a upcoming Coffee Lake processor that's going to be coming out that has 6 cores, 12 threads running at 4 to 5 gigahertz. If you can utilize that threading on the NVIDIA GPU with the CUDA cores or on a AMD GPU with the stream processors, excuse me, that's going to render CPU completely obsolete. And so that's kind of just the sentiment that Jin Sun's been reflecting here, that Moore's Law is no longer really relevant because GPUs are advancing so much faster, especially faster than CPUs. As far as their transistor count, complexity, and performance improvements year over year, that Moore's Law has just died because it can't keep pace with the advancement in GPU design, whereas CPUs are, somewhat stagnating. um, in their improvement. So just something I thought was pretty interesting. Again, it's not something that I was able to take a lot of time kind of dissecting the article, but. And then one thing I did want to mention too that Moore's law was invented by a co-founder of Intel, or I guess not invented, but was a theory by the co-founder of Intel. And Intel themselves have kind of in the past couple of years they've left their their tick-tock method for a tick with a double talk because they know that Moore's law is kind of not really relevant anymore. And that was kind of part of their reasoning for their change in the way they develop their architecture.
Right.
So, just thought that was pretty interesting. And I mean, I think you said it before the stream, Barry. We kind of already see some cases where GPU does overtake CPU as far as relevancy. I mean, if you're talking about it uses something like Blender, right? So a lot of 3D animation software will utilize graphics processing horsepower to render out the images, and a GPU will render out something in Blender or an equivalent application multitudes of times faster than any CPU can. So just food for thought, I guess, on that.
Mm-hmm.
And the last topic I have, but not the least at all. Sorry, this isn't showing up well on the stream, but IFL Science. Never really heard of this site before, but they posted this article. I caught it on Twitter. This creepy AI tool can make any image 3D, including your selfies. So I'm just going to jump to a couple examples here. So this is one that I had Bear upload for us to test out with. And I'm going to turn it at this angle, which is actually particularly creepy. Bear, I don't know if you see this on the stream yet, but no offense, but you kind of look a little bit like, the way this extrudes, it kind of, from this angle right here, you'll see it in a second, makes you look like a, like, girl from, like, the 1920s. Like, if you ever watch Chicago.
Uh-huh.
My wife loves that movie, so I watch it way more often than I ever would on my own, which would be never.
Yeah.
And then you can do a Z-translate to kind of like try and flatten it with the image a little bit more to try and make it like...
Yeah, I took mine and I put it almost all the way to the left, and I think that was as good as it got.
Yeah, I think probably, yeah. Part of the problem is, I notice this happens in all of them, if you look at like the top of the forehead where it meets the hairline, doesn't get extruded in any of these. I don't know if it's just because that's where, like we were talking about before the stream, it seems to use mostly like shadows to kind of be able to extrapolate depth. And since there's not really much shadow on the top of the forehead by the hairline, it doesn't seem to really be able to extrude there like it needs to.
Right.
So I just thought that was interesting. And I uploaded mine as well. This one actually comes out really, really crazy of me. It looks kind of terrifying. But if I back it up in here a little bit and you get it at the... Back it up. If you get it at the right angle, this shot actually comes out pretty well. I guess the definition of my hairline to forehead ratio is pretty good for this AI to make out. So there you go. There's a pretty decent 3D version of my... it's actually the picture that I used for my my thumbnail for... Or not my thumbnail, but my my icon for my channel. My channel logo. So yeah, I thought that was interesting.
Nice.
And that's all I got for you guys. Because again, we were woefully unprepared. I feel like here towards the end of the stream, my internet's decided to stop sucking so bad. So yeah, we seem to have caught back up. Nobody's ever going to watch this because this was possibly the most terrible thing ever on the internet. And yeah, so congratulations if you do watch this and make it to the end.
Oh my goodness.
Any closing thoughts, Bear, before we run away screaming from this?
Yeah,
Hey, PUBG's ready to launch.
Oh, hey, look at that. Perfect timing. I was going to say, do you want to show them the original picture in which that is my face was from?
This one?
I don't know, because I can't see it right now.
The one that you gave me the link for?
Yeah.
Well, the angle I have it at right now, it actually looks like a 2D image. You should see it on the screen here in a second.
Yeah, but so in our document, bottom left.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Didn't know you added anything. I got you. I was saying, isn't that your Twitter? Is that your Twitter
That is. Yeah.
background?
That'll go to my Twitter.
Or your header?
Yes, it is my Twitter
Or your
profile picture. Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Or at least one of them. But
Yeah.
so my sister decided to take a picture of me doing that. That was back when I was doing my acting. And so my acting profile, she gotta click on it. Gotta click on it.
Mm-hmm.
No, make it.
Oh, I got you. Sorry.
Yeah.
Got it.
So she decided to make a meme out of it. Said I looked so weird. So she put those words at the very bottom there, and I don't know. It was like a couple years later, I saw it on the internet, and I'm like, "That's me."
uh, yep. It's good times. I'm a little depressed that we got nobody in the chat though.
Yeah, no one's here.
What happened was we were too late for Dr. Z.
Yeah.
He gave up on us.
Yeah, I didn't tweet or anything.
Yeah, I didn't either. I mean, it does. I have it set up to do the auto tweet when when I go live, but I didn't do anything.
All right. Well, you want to do some PUBG then to fill up the remaining 20 minutes? All right. Cool.
Yeah, let's have a bathroom break, and then we'll restart the stream here in a few minutes.
Okay.
And then yeah, I'll be back. I'll call you back in a minute.
Okay.
And we'll just do audio this time, so hopefully my upload won't struggle so much in the beginning.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, because I'm also gonna need a few minutes to get the stream set up, because my whole new setup here is kind of jacked.
Not a problem.
All right, guys, we'll be back with some PUBG in just a few minutes.
All right.